butts up more often, we will have more babies. So maybe the politicians must get an idea to make Corona a compulsory event once a year, so that we have this wonderful population growth, so that we can get more people on medical aid. It seems that's the only way we're going to grow. Madam Pio touched move of members, and more than 60% of our members is now on the lower options. On the top options, those options that are used to the VIP, there's only 10% members left. In fact, those options will not exist in the next couple of years. In South Africa, medical aid schemes decreased by half. So 50% of medical aid schemes will close down. In Namibia, in the next 5 years, our medical aid schemes will also become less. In an option like a scheme like RMA and our competitors, we have 7, 8 different options. In South Africa, over a period of 10 years, schemes are sitting on average with 3 options. It's probably where we're going to end. Because you see how people are on a plane, stay in a 5-star hotel, and do your operation in another country. So don't push the industry into extinction, because that is where we are. I think what is interesting with where we are, before I go, this morning I thought myself, you know, it's such a crazy world. You know, we started with Corona, now we have world inflation. That is what the RMA is, and the board is, prosperity is. That 80s song, I think the times we're going in is perfectly suited for RMA. As our competitors' products start coming out, I cannot help smiling to see how many of our ideas they're copying and pasting. Now, Mr. Chair, you know, when your competitors start copying and pasting your ideas, then we can accept we are the leaders. So on the product, caliber care, but upwards, status and prestige, less than 10% members are left. I do believe that prestige care will not continue for 5 years because it's shrinking. A medical aid an option can only be financially viable if it's got enough members, and our members are buying down. One of the most important part is we have that broad choice of products, so it means that we see more and more companies putting their members on medical aid, and obviously our low-cost product is currently the most attractive of them all. 28 years back, when we started as an administration, the medical aid, we only started covering in-hospital, out of hospital, and those were the days where medical aid was simple. Over the years, the medical aid is developed into total new concept. It became a new generation health cover concept, where we start bringing in extended benefits for medication, wellness benefits to reward members for their healthy life. And then we revolutionized the benefit builder concept, where people can start buying extra additional benefits over and above their need, and they can buy it any time of the year. And then during Corona, when our board decided it's time to freshen up the image of RMA, a new logo, they came out with the brilliant concept of the benefit wallet. Now, Madam Ceremonies, I wish when we started 30 years back that we had benefit wallet, we were clever enough to think about it. Because then today I would have sit with hundreds of thousands of dollars in my wallet. So what we're seeing with the wallet, and we'll touch on that information, is the results of the benefit wallet, which basically gives you the ownership to manage your health care and to continue building benefits for that day that you need it the most. One of the biggest changes in the industry next year is the tariff change on inpatient procedures. I think in all these years, it's probably the biggest change the industry has made as one. You'll hear in every medical aid, every competitor's presentation this year, that the industry is moving the tariffs from a 225% of NAMAF to a 200%. So there's a cut of 10% on the tariffs. And why are we doing that? One, procedures costing in Namibia 100% more than in South Africa is not sustainable. You don't need an accounting degree to understand that. Two, when medical aids are pushed to take the highest increases possible, whilst people only get a 4 or 5% salary adjustment, we cannot just penalize our members infinitu, because that is why they're getting off, because they cannot afford it. Now, medical aids needs to go and take some fat out. It's nearly like liposuction. We need to take some of the fat out. And still, at a 200% of tariff, our specialists are still paid more than what they would earn in South Africa. So, it's wonderful. But it will not last if this continues like this. Because I do believe it is not the last time that the medical aid industry, as an industry, will lower their tariffs. Because every year, when inflation pushes your medical aid to the level of maximum premium increases, they're going to cut and do liposuction somewhere else. And that is the reality that we're dealing with. One of the changes for next year is the oncology limitations that we're bringing in. Elite care, prestige care of 950,000 per beneficiary, status care 800,000, caliber care 650,000. All those benefits, and I can give you a guarantee today, all those benefits are higher than our competitor benefits, because that was specifically focused on by the Board of Trustees. But, and I think the biggest concern that we find in our industry, and that is the new way of treatment, your chemotherapeutic medication. I don't know what, because you have this new technology coming in, where you have this prescribed therapeutic medicine, where one prescription can cost $1 million. Now, we've seen that, and it's a difficult decision that our boards need to deal with.